Hello everyone. How are you doing today? I wanted to do this video because, if I can cook, then anybody can cook. So I want to share this video with you today about how to make gravy. Everybody make gravy differently. I've seen people make gravy all kind of ways, but the simple, use a little bit of your grease drippings, water, flour. 3 simple steps to making gravy. That's what I want to share with you today. I poured the majority of my grease off, as you can see. I always like to leave just a little bit of grease. I should probably pour off a little bit more, but just a little bit. I've seen people do gravy and they leave a little bit more than this in their skillet. But like I said, to each his own. That's their preference. But I'm not going to leave too much grease. I don't like to leave too much grease in the skillet. My grease to water and flour ratio, your grease to flour to water ratio do not have to, all be equally the same, to where you have to have a cup of grease, a cup of water, a cup of flour. You just have to try to balance it out as you go to your liking. So, okay, I'm going to go ahead on and add my, is it still on? I'm going to go ahead on and add my meat back in here. All I'm going to do is just add my meat back in here. My water. Adding my water. As you can see, it's already getting that color, the brown color. And just a little flour. And for now, I'm putting a little bit. I'm going to, stir it up and see if it's to my liking. I put a little bit of flour. And all you do is just make sure the flour is in there really good. Sometimes all I do is just, when I cook my pork chop, my meat, I pour all of the grease off completely sometimes and just put some water in there and let it steam. Because when you flour your meat, you already have flour on your meat. From when you, make sure y'all can see. You already have flour on your meat from when when you floured it and got ready to cook it or whatever. So sometimes I just pour some water in the skillet, make sure all the grease off. Pour some flour in the skillet. Okay, it's still a little bit. Well, as it cooks, it's gonna get a little bit thick. But I know I need to still add me a little bit more flour for now. You get it to your liking. Add your little flour as you go. It's really not a set amount. It's just to your liking. You gotta make sure you don't add too much flour. But if you do add a little bit too much flour, you just put your little water in there to balance it out. See, I don't think I need to add no more flour now. As you can see, it's a real pretty brown. As you know, if you want it to be a little bit lighter, all you have to do, see, it's not too thin, And you can see it's not too thin and it's not too thick. Let me get a spoon. I add a little bit more Lawry seasoning to flavor it. A little bit more. But it's not, see, it's not too thick and not too thin. You want to get it a good consistency as you can. And don't worry about it being a little bit of flour lumps or something. Just try to smooth all that stuff out, see. But as it, I got it turned down real low. You don't want it to be up high or let it, you don't want it to set here on the stove. Just have it on low. I got it turned down on low. After you get your gravy to the right consistency that you think you would like. Because if you have it up too high, of course, you're going to dry out the skillet. And well, all the water and flour is going to cook out the skillet real fast. And you don't want that. You're trying to keep that in there for your gravy. But I'm going to let this simmer because I still have to do my mashed potatoes and asparagus. So I can just let this be on real low for my meat. And as my meat get soft, see, it's already getting soft. See how my meat is already I'm already able to cut real easy through a piece of my meat already. But when you get ready to cut through your meat real easy, some people wanted the stuff to just simmer and cook down really low on the lowest temperature. Some people want to just cook down really low until it's just falling off the bone. But these are some boneless pork chops that I got. I just got it real low. That's it. It was just flour. Like I said, some people, when I've seen them do pork chops, I've seen them do their meat, any kind of meat they use, and they use a little bit more grease than I do. But I'm not going to have all that grease still off in my meat. That's why I said sometimes I just give it a taste. Tastes good. Sometimes I just it's just gonna be me eating this, so I can double dip and do whatever I want to do. This is just a meal for me. I'm just going to add a touch of water. Only reason why I just added a touch of water is because I feel like the salt is just a little bit, I put a little bit too much of Lawry seasoning. So I just, poured a little bit of water in there to try to tone it down a little bit. That's all you have to do. If you feel like you don't put too much salt. That is all you have to do. You gotta be careful. You don't want to put too much. See, I'm not gonna put no more. That's gonna do it because I don't want my gravy to get too thin, of course. So it's still pretty much at the consistency that I want. So I'm not going to add no more water. I'm good now. But that is all to it.